are hectic times. Nothing is dominating the media more than this run-up to the SWAPO Congress. Even the DTA, the Popular Democratic Movement, as they are now known, have made an attempt to be visible. But all you see is red, green, and blue. Politics. Suddenly, everybody has a plan to make Namibia great again. But y'all have had 27 years to get it right, and it's splintered into a million pieces. Times must and are changing. Don't you know? I'm talking about a revolution. And I'm not trying to whisper. Thank you for watching It's a Wrap. This week on It's a Wrap, just who is funding the SWAPO pre-Congress campaigning anyway? And ex-DTA, now PDM's president, McHenry Vanani, explains the party's new branding. This whole SWAPO pre-Congress drama is just dumbfounding. I mean, what is actually going on? The thirst is real. Such a display of power hungriness and ugliness. I mean, really. It's a brand new day out here with the leaders finally coming out and showing their true colors. We spoke to the executive director of the Institute for Public Policy Researchers, Graham Hopwood, about this political mess we find ourselves in.
One of the strange things is that it's almost being fought like a national election, and yet it's an internal party process. And it's an internal party process that's of interest to the public because it influences the government next year and who will be in charge in the future, so we should be interested. But the way it's going on with campaign rallies and things and nightly bulletins and people being promised free airtime on the state broadcaster, it's like it's a national election, which it isn't. It's actually only 776 SWAPO members who will vote when they are delegates at this Congress at the end of the day. So quite why they are running these national campaigns, it's not really clear to me, when obviously what they need to do is just target their SWAPO constituencies to make sure that they have the backing of delegates at Congress. But there are a number of concerns. I mean, this is also probably, in my memory, probably the bitterest conflict between SWAPO factions or SWAPO groups. Certainly on a par with 2004 when Hitipo Hamatenya sought to be the presidential candidate. So the amount of bitterness and nastiness that is around, not just emanating from the camps directly, but also from their supporters on social media and even some of the media outlets, the newspapers, is quite worrying, because once you've been so insulting towards each other, it's quite hard after a Congress to close those divisions and heal the wounds and come back together as one party. And so I'm rather fearing that this is going to have a very significant effect on SWAPO in terms of its unity. It looks like if the president's side wins, it looks like it's going to be difficult for him to reabsorb these people into the party. And if the other side wins, then this whole two centers of power comes into play, and it's just going to be a very uncomfortable, difficult situation if the party is controlled by different people from the presidency and the cabinet. So all in all, it spells quite some quite worrying signals. There's some quite worrying signs around this Congress for the future.
I asked the ex-DTA, now PDM president, McHenry Vanani, to share his thoughts on this.
It's mainly their business, really. Whatever they want to do with their party, they're in fights. It has nothing to do with us, really. But what we're observing is sometimes it's the decorum of politics that is being lowered to levels and proportions that we have not seen. But that is up to them. It has nothing to do with PDM. Okay. We don't even bother with what they are really doing.